Good morning, everybody. This is Terry from Allen Art and Design. Hope everybody's having a nice day. I wanted to do something in the craft room this morning. So I really want to finish this needle book for me. I need to sew these things in. I don't think I'm going to do that just yet, but let me show you what I did here. I'll take that out. I can do that later if I really want it, but I just want this simple little needle keep. So it's just a rectangular piece of material, and I stitched some flowers all the way around, and then I put some Suffolk puffs or yo-yos on the back. I did pink and green because I have pink and green going on the edges. I also sewed on this little doily, and then this is a crocheted piece, and it has the pink and green, so I thought it went great. So this is going to be my book. I did it all. I also stitched all the way around inside. But I need a place to keep my needles. Right now, I'm keeping them in this little needle book that I got when I was a kid. My mother gave it to me, and I've been using it for years. But I just want some place where I can keep the needles I use the most. So I went ahead and I took this piece of material. It's the same material that it's made out of. I really don't know the name of this material. It's very textural. It's not linen, and I'm just not sure what it is. And then I have this piece. This is like a jersey material, but it's easy to stick pins into. And I was looking around, could not find the cream color felt that I have. I know I have some. Can't find it, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in. And I think what I want to do is, these were my mother's pinking shears. These are, oh my goodness. They're so old I don't even know. She had them since I was a kid. So I would like to get a new pair because, they're getting old and they're not as sharp as they used to be. So, but they're still working. I gotta trim some of this off, and I'll save those little scraps. Again, just like with journaling, we always save our scraps. Okay, so I want this to be smaller than this one. And it might be nice if that was straight, which it's not. I'll just go ahead, snip that off. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This is for me. This is just, it's more functional than it is anything. All right, so I think that'll be good. If I line it up and just go ahead and trim that. That'll be good. Let's see, I'm gonna have to trim some more off the bottom too, because I just want this to be just a little page in the middle. I don't know if I can go through two. Wow, I can. I didn't think I could. It's a little tougher than just going through one, but let's see. It looks like I could trim that teeny little bit off. Yeah. Okay, so what I want to do is, yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's see how that looks there. Yeah. This is good. I just want to make sure it's lined up because I'm going to pin it and then I'm going to sew it. I've been carrying this book around with me in my sewing bag for a long time, and it's time that I finished something. I did finish the little snowman needle book, and I gave it to my friend, and she absolutely loved it. We hadn't seen each other since Christmas, and so we hadn't even given each other our Christmas presents yet, but I decided to give it to her because she likes to sew once in a while too. Okay, so let me look at that. That looks great. And pinking the edges will help it not to fray so much, but It's still probably going to fray a little bit, but I love that look, so I don't even care. Yeah, this is kind of it's a very rustic book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my new needles. These are really big needles. Let's see. I'm going to try to choose a color that goes good with this. I'm just going to use embroidery thread to sew it together. It should be fine. What do I have? Let's see. I think I'll do a pink. Let's see. This pink here looks good. Yeah, that goes really good. I'm going to keep all 6 strands because I'm using this to sew my book together. I'll just do 1, 2, 3. And let's see, I bought a new set of needle threaders. I don't know, I've never seen these before, but I usually use those cheap little things like this. One of these. I usually use one of those, but I wanted something that was a little bit more substantial. Let's see. I'll just use the edge of that to open this. Yeah, so I had a busy morning. I went to the doctor. Then I went to Walmart and did some grocery shopping. I got everything put away, did some things around the house, and now I am, oh, there's 3 in here. I thought there was 2. Now these are made out of metal too. And look, they have instructions on how to use it. I think that's funny. Well, because, you know, if you've never used one, how are you going to know unless somebody tells you, right? So these are big. They're bigger than the little thing, so it's easy. Hopefully it's going to be easier for me to use because, oh, that's great. Look at that. You just put your thread. So you take your needle threader and you put this metal piece with the loop on it in the hole. And then you put your thread through that hole, if I can get it through there. And then you pull it through. This is going to be a little thick. Pull it through. And then you just pull it off. And your needle is threaded. That's cool. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is try to hide the knot underneath. I'll just make a knot. You only need 1 knot on this because it's really thick. 6 strands is thick. I usually always use 3, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little stitch, grab some of that thread, come up through. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Do I want the threads on the inside or do I want the threads on the outside? I guess I'll have them on the inside, it's fine. So I'm just going to hide this knot under there. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to do, I'm just doing some big stitches to hold it together. And then I'll just come through here. Stitch that through there. And obviously it's not going to be perfect, but let's go ahead and I'm going to stitch. Oh boy, this really isn't going to be perfect, is it? But that's all right. About there. As long as it holds the book together, that's all I really care about. Oh boy, that's a mess. I think I'm going to take that out. That's not looking that's not the way I want it to look. So, which one's going to pull out? Is it this one? Let's just try that again. It's not a big deal. I would like it straighter than that. I mean, yeah, I know it's for me and it doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want it to look like, you know, it was made by a 2nd grader. Although I don't know, they might do a better job than me. I work with kids, and I'll tell you, it's amazing how smart the kids are these days. Even my little granddaughter, she's only 14 months old and she's talking and walking and oh my goodness, she's like on, I feel like she's an accelerated baby. Let's see. I want to try to get it through here so that at least it lines up. Yeah. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll just stitch it, and then I'm going to run through it one more time so that the back and the front are, all the stitches are lined up. Here we go again, not lined up, but that's all right. I'll just, let me slip it through here. That might bring that over a little. Yep, it did. Okay, so I'm going to go back, go in here. I just want to make sure it's lined up though. At least if it's straight in a line, I'll be happy with that. I'm sorry, I am showing you like the most rudimentary sewing, but this is something, I need to get this done. I thought maybe somebody might want to watch, I don't know. I'm going to hook this around this, pull it over this way. See, it straightens it out a little bit, and that's fine. I could always put a little bit of lace on there or something if I was really that concerned. I'm going to go, let's see. I'm only going to go to here because I don't want to mess that flower up. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. Normally I would just sew this on the sewing machine, but I still haven't set my sewing machine up. I told you I bought it in August for myself. I rewarded myself for having a successful summer program with the kids, and then I still have, I took it out of the box. It's sitting over there on my sewing table, my sewing desk. All right, let's see. See, I love the look of that. That to me looks great. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to go over these stitches, but I'm not going to go all the way through because I don't want to mess with that. I think I'm just going to, let's see. I think I'll just come through here. Ooh, I just split the thread. I don't want to do that. All right, so I am going to do some more stitching inside here just to make sure that this is stitched well. And it's not going to go anywhere, which it won't because this is thick thread. That's really not it's not going to come out. It came out of my needle, but it shouldn't come out. Let's try this again. I'm loving this needle threader. I really like it. Let's see. I already threw the package away. I bought it at Walmart. Bought them at Walmart in their sewing section. And you just pull it through, pull it off, and you're ready to go again. Let's see if I can grab this thread again, just to keep them lined up. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna just, let's see. I mean, it's straight, it's fine. It is what it is. I think what I'll do is maybe some kind of a decorative stitch over that just to make it look better. I'm gonna go underneath now. And I'm gonna try to hide the knot. Let me just make sure that this is, all right, so this is the front. All right, I'm just gonna tie it off. I don't even need the needle for that, okay? Let's see, we'll just tie it up, hide that knot underneath. I'll do one more knot. I always do two. Let's see if I can get it as close to the material as I can. All right, there. All right, and then I'll just snip it off. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll just do some kind of stitching there. But look, needle book is together. This is awesome. And if I wanted to, I have these little pieces here. I could put a little piece of felt under there, which is probably what I'll do, and then maybe do some running stitch there. But for right now, this is great. I'm just gonna start putting some of my needles in here. These are the needles I use the most. Oh, see how this stuff frays like crazy. But I don't care. All right, let's see. So these, I'll put some bigger needles. I think I'll put the bigger needles on this side. I do use these bigger needles, but I love thin basting needles. Those are my favorite needles. And I did buy some. What did I do with them? I hope I brought them over here. Oh, I did. I have them here. Those are going to go on the other side. Then I'll just put some pins and things here. So it'll just get me through for what I need. You know what I might do? Let me see. I was looking through some things this morning, and I found this. Didn't even know I had it. I'm just going to open it. This came from, I believe it came from, is this a Crafter Square? Burlap Trim, Royal Garden. I don't know where I got this. I have no clue. But what I'm thinking about doing is, I don't know where this starts and ends. It's kind of weird how you can't see where it, oh, here it is. They tuck it under. I'm thinking if I could just maybe, you know, put a piece right there just to cover that up. That might be nice. I'm not going to worry too much about it, but it might be nice to just make it look pretty. I'm going to cut a little piece here. I want to cover up the stitching. Did I make it wide enough? I think I did. I just dropped something. Okay. I think I'm going to cut a piece that's a little bit wider than that. I want to just cover that up. It doesn't look good, so. All right. This is kind of fiddly, but it's all right. And I don't need that, so let's see where I need it. I'm going to cover that up, trim off a little bit. I'm going to glue this in. Yeah, that's good. Take a little tiny bit more off, and then I'm going to put that trim on top. I do have got my trusty hot glue gun going here. And this is all you need to do for something like this. And I like that, I don't think you're going to see the pinking on this, but I do like to see the pinking. Just going to cover up this stitches that I kind of made a mess out of, but look, you're not even going to see that. Let's trim this off on the top. Oh boy, come on. All right, so I think I need a little bit more glue. Plus, this is going to almost like create a spine in the book because of the shape of it and all that. Watch, I'll show you what I mean by that. Just going to get a little glue underneath there. I hope you can see. All right. And that should stick down now. I want to see that pink. There we go. All right, I gotta make sure I'm doing the right thing. Okay, so let's see. Which one do I like? There's 3 different kinds. I don't know if I really like that one. How about this one? This one's pretty. Let's see if I can find the end where they tucked it in. There it is. Let's see about that one. Ooh, I like this one. I'm going to cut some of this end off. This. And what I think what I'll do is, so this doesn't fray, I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac right on the end. That'll keep it from fraying once it dries. Okay, so this is going to cover a multitude of sins. All right here. And I'll trim it. I'm going to hot glue it in, but then I might take that Fabri-Tac and do something with the end. Put plenty on there. I love using hot glue gun with these, some of these needle books. I made that whole snowman needle book just with glue stick. I had seen a woman, oh, I wish I knew what her name was. She was making a needle book at 3 o'clock in the morning. She said she couldn't sleep and she just felt like crafting. I mean, that's a crafter right there. I mean, talk about dedication to your craft. But she made a beautiful needle book, and that's the one I based my fancy frilly one. I based it from what she had done. Let's see if I can. I have one of these things. I don't want to burn my fingers. I just want to tuck that into the, I think the hot glue is actually working better than the, I just want to tuck those ends in. I still need a teeny little bit underneath just to catch those threads. I'm being a little bit picky right now, but I don't like that thread sticking up there. And glue stick, I mean, glue stick, a glue gun. The glue dries super fast. And that's fine. If there's a little extra, you can just pull it off like that. Okay. Let's see. I think I need a little bit more at the end right. Oops. See if I can get underneath, because if you can get under, then you can just tuck it down. Got a little too much there. Let's try to scoop some of that off. Then we'll just press it down. I love the way that looks, and it covered up my mess that I made. Awesome. Look at that. And it makes like a little spine. And I can always sew something and hang some little dangles off there if I wanted to. And I think I might sew a button there at some point. But look. All right, I'm going to put my, I'll keep my glue gun going because I have something else I wanted to glue. So I'm going to go ahead and take my shoes off like I did the other day. And I moved my trash barrel, which was not smart because guess what I'm doing? I'm throwing all my trash into my sewing bag, and that's not what I want to do. So let's move that trash back where it belongs, which is right next to me, so that I can just toss things in there. All right, let's go ahead and load this up with some needles. All right. Don't know if I'll just do 2 of these because those other ones are way too big. I'll do these 2 smaller ones, if that's what you can call these, smaller ones. They're huge needles, but I'll save these and put them, I'm going to put them in my new sewing box that I'm using. I still haven't cleaned it, and I'm already starting to use it, so I really need to clean it out this afternoon, and then I'm going to stock it up, and I'm so excited to have a sewing box. I haven't had one for years. All right, so these are basting needles, and these are Singer. I love anything Singer. These are really fine, and I wanted to test something out. Let's take them all out because I use these. These are my favorites. Okay, and I'm going to toss that out. This, I want to see if I can use this, and I don't even know if you guys can see this, how fine that is, but it's bigger, it's easier to handle because it has a bigger base here. I don't know how well it's made, but let's see how I do with this. Oh, it works. It does. It works for these tiny little ones. That's awesome. I'm trying to think, am I going to be stitching? I'm going to leave this right like that, so if I decide to stitch something while we're going here today, it's ready for me to go. All right, so this is trash, this is trash, this is trash. Okay, so I'm so happy about these needles. These needles are going to go on this side. Let's see. It doesn't interfere with the page since I made that. Sometimes when you mess up, it turns out better than you thought. So that's how this is happening for me, which is good. Now I can also put some needles and things here too. Look. So there's quite a bit of space in here. This is where all my favorite needles are going to go. I don't need a bunch of fancy stuff in here. I just want my needles. And I'm thrilled. Oh yeah. Where'd they all go? Okay. I don't want to lose these. Okay. I love the size of these. I wish I could find needles that had this size, this thin, but with a bigger eye. I'm sure they have them. I just don't know what they're called. I'll have to, look into it. Maybe somebody knows and they could tell me. That would be nice. All right. I'm going to do a sewing video. Once I get my sewing machine up and running, I'm going to show you some things that I have made. I made my daughter's christening gown when she was a baby, and I also made her wedding, the overdress for her wedding gown. So I took her from christening gown to wedding gown, and that just was so special to me that I was able to do that for her, and she was thrilled that I could do it for her. Let's see. I want to see if I have some pins in here. I just need a couple of small pins. Here we go. Let's see. Where are you? I have some really long pins, but I don't want to waste them for this. I'm just going to use this to tack this down so that when I want to use it again, I can find the end. So I love this stuff. I'm going to be using this on all kinds of stuff. I just found it, never even knew I had it. Well, I do have some baskets up on top of a cabinet, on top of some 12 by 12 storage bins, and in the corner. And it says on it, burlap and lace. So this is actually kind of what I would call, it says burlap trim, but I'll call it burlap lace, whatever. I'm going to throw this in my sewing box because I feel like that's something I need to keep around. Okay, so I got those needles in. Let me move this out of the way. I am thrilled with this. Okay, so what I need is a bunch of pins. Do you know, I bought upholstery, applique pins, a whole set of them. I can't find them. I'm very upset with myself that I cannot find them. I'm sure I will at some point once I go through the room like I plan on doing. But I will go ahead and I'm going to take some of these pins. I got lots of pins. My grandson came into my room and he saw this one. I got this little pin cushion. I don't even know if it's a pin cushion. It says it's full of lavender. But to me, it looked like a pin cushion, so that's what I'm using it for. He looked at it and he said, "That's beautiful, Nana." I'm like, "Yeah, but you can't touch it." He's funny. All right, so I'm going to put some of the bigger pins. Let's see. No, I'll put them on this side. I'll start here. Bigger pins and then work my way back to smaller pins because I have all different sizes and I use them for all different things. So these are These are pretty. I'm not crazy about these pins. You buy pins on Amazon, you're going to get the cheapest thing you can find. That's where I bought these, and look at, this one's already rusted. I'm going to throw that out. It's a little ridiculous. Yeah, I was looking for stainless steel pins because that's the only kind of pin you can use in the cap of a, what do you call it? Art glitter glue. If you use anything but stainless steel in it, it's going to rust and it's going to ruin your glue. I showed this before, but I'll show it again. This is what happened when I put a pin in this. This is art glitter glue in this little tiny bottle. I'm going to have to, now I have to clean this all out. It's a mess. Look what it does to your glue. It rusts it and coagulates it, and you can't use it. So I'm going to reuse that little bottle, but I have to get all that glue out, and I just haven't had time to do that. So let's look. Woo, look at all these needles I have. Here's another favorite needle. It's actually bent a little bit. That can go with my fine needles. I might even start putting some more over here. I don't know what happened to my music. I had some music on. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can get that back on again. Yep, there it is. I don't know what happened to it. It just decided to stop for some reason. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. I have a checkup this afternoon, so I'm trying to get a video in. And then I'm going to try to do one tonight. Here's another thin needle. I just love these thin ones. They're my favorite. I'm going to have to look up needles and try to just, like figure out which ones are which and what do you use for. I like these have larger holes. They're relatively thin. They're not as thin as these, obviously, but these work really good too because they have a large hole and they're sharp. If you use these, I don't know if I have any, the embroidery ones are, yeah, like this one. It's not sharp. It's a dull one. That's for doing cross stitch. I need to put that in there somewhere too. Okay, so let me look. Do I have any more of those fine ones? I don't. Wow, there's a nice one right there. Look at that. I think that must be one of these kind. Yeah. Okay. These are nice needles right here. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let's see, I put some of these pins. I'm going to go ahead and I might put some back here too. These are the longer ones that I was talking about. These are great. I only need to go through one. You could go all the way through. I don't want to go all the way through. There's two separate pieces of material, so I should be able to just go through the top layer. That's what I'm trying to do. And I want to catch it so the needles aren't slipping and sliding. The pins aren't slipping and sliding around. And I don't think I need a ton in here. I just need, when I'm stitching, I want to be able to quickly open my little needle book and grab what I need. Those are pretty. Yeah, so I filled that little needle book up for my friend with all the stuff she'll need. She loved it. I put a glass button on it for a closure. It looked so cute. I have all the things, the same exact material, enough to make probably 3 or 4 of those books. I'm going to make myself one because I loved it. But I wanted her to have it so she'd have something special. From me, handmade. I think handmade gifts are the best. And a lot of people don't do that anymore, so they're really special now. If you get a handmade gift, you need to appreciate it because... And the other thing you could do with these is tuck in the end so that you're not getting stuck, because that happens quite a bit. And just stick that little end in. There we go. Just tuck it in. And that way it's a little safer. I'm always getting stuck by pins. But, all right, so there's that. I have my skinny needles. Let's put some more thin needles in. There were 3 of them. Now what happened? Okay. Let's see. I'll put one of these. Let's see. I don't want to be going through more. I just went through more than I needed to. So there's those. Those needles are good. I've got some more going here. This one should go with the thick ones. This is an embroidery one. I could put that here. I see people that they like label all of their needles in their needle book. That's super cool. I don't know that much about it to be able to do that, but maybe someday if I learn enough. Let's see, what else do we have? I really have too many needles in here. This is crazy. I'll probably leave some of them. Okay, so I'm going to put one of these in there. What I usually just do is I take this is another thin needle that I love. I'll just take, actually, maybe just a pin would work. How about one of these pretty pins? It's a big pin though. I don't need something that big. What do we got? What do we got? This is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna catch that loop and I'm gonna go back down again. And now it's just gonna hang there. And what I could do is I could put another one so it's not flapping all around. That works. So that's in there. What else do I need? I could take some of these bulb pins. I love these bulb pins. They're like Tim Holtz pins. Let's see where we can put some of those. Oh, I'm already getting excited about using this. I think just tack one right here. I'm just going to spread them out around the book. I think I'm going to retire this little needle book. Oh, look at, here's some. These snaps are more decorative because it's 2 tops and there's no bottom, so they're kind of useless. What are you going to do with that? I don't know. I'll still keep this because it has things in it. Like, I have nowhere to put a stitch ripper in there. I should have made some kind of a thing. But I'll just keep it in here. That's fine. What else can I use? I'm just trying to kind of embellish it a little bit now. Oh, and I know what I need. All right, let's put one of these in. Another one down here. That's cute. Let's see, what else do I need? Is that going to get in the way? Probably. Oh, I don't like the way that's sitting. I'm moving that. Okay. Well, at least today I'm going to feel like I've done something to move forward with my needle books. I really got to start working on them and get some of them done. My needle book video showing the different types that I had, that's one of my best videos. It's very popular. And I was very pleased to see that. I'll just put it in here, I think. Put it in the corner where it's out of the way, not bothering anybody. Okay, but it's still in there and I can see it. I don't need any of these big fancy pins. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's see, what else did I have that I could put in here? Okay. This is all stuff that's coming out of my my little sewing pouch. These are little tiny needle pins. Sometimes you need little ones. These are great for basting, but I did go ahead and get those, not, for the applique pins I got. I'm so upset that I can't find them. That just goes to show that, if you're not organized, crafting and sewing, it can be frustrating because you don't have what you need when you need it. So I'm just going to put a few pins here because these come in handy. Let's see. I'll put some more. These I will definitely use when I'm pinning things down. I can show you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's see. This is the cover of another needle book. I haven't done any stitching on it yet, but you can see that I use these little pins to hold things in place until I baste the whole piece. So that's why these come in handy. So you kind of need quite a few of these, so I'll just put a bunch of them in. I'll just kind of spread them around, and then I'll have them when I need them. I hope I can find my little applique pins. It's a whole set that I bought on Amazon. I don't know. I've never used applique pins before, and they looked really short to me. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I bought the wrong ones, and who knows where I put them. And then I ended up buying longer ones, and they weren't even the right ones. So once I get them, I know that they are the right ones, and I just need to. I had never used them before, that's why. Now this, I need one of these big pins. Needles? Is it a needle? It's a pin. I'm going to take one of these big ones and go like this, because this is flopping around and I don't like it. And then I'll stick the end of that in like that so that it doesn't, yeah, that should hold that down, I think. It should. Yeah, that'll hold it down because it's flapping around. I don't like that. All right, so that looks good. Let's see. I could put a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's see what I got. Oh, what's in there? Oh, that's a thimble, but I don't think I'll put that in there. I'm going to keep this little one in this book. And what I do, like I said, I just pin it on so it doesn't, I'll lose it, you know. I don't know how many times I've stuck it in, oh, that's a nice needle. I've stuck it in something and couldn't find it. This is another nice skinny needle. Oh. I gotta turn it this way. I'm having trouble. I said it before and I'll say it again. Sometimes I have trouble with dexterity. That's what happens when you get old. It's beautiful out today in New England. It's going to be 50 degrees today. My grandson's coming over tomorrow, and it's supposed to be in the 40s, so I'm hoping he'll be able to run around outside because he loves to do that. He'll go out in the freezing cold winter. He doesn't care. Last time he came over, he was out with my husband, and he had been out for a while, and it was freezing out. And I said, Hunter, you need to come in. And he goes, Nana, I just got out here. I said, oh, all right. Let me know when you get cold. I'm going to put some more of these. I just love these. I'm not going to put all of them in. The rest are small, and those will go in my sewing box. Right next to me here. I'll show you this. If you didn't see my video the other day, look at this sewing box I got. Oh, I didn't even take the price tag off. That's how excited I am about this sewing box. I just started using it. I haven't even cleaned it yet. I got to clean this out. And I said to my daughter, maybe I should cover it with a different material. And she's like, don't you dare. That's a really cool retro fabric. And it is. So, before I end this video today, I've got some, let's see, I'll show it to you. This was a bag of, I thought it was yarn. And it is some kind of a yarn. I don't know. But I went ahead and looked online to see what Yeezy is. This is a kit to make a granny square pocketbook. I don't think I'll make a pocketbook out of it, but I did watch a few videos on it. It was very cool. But what I thought I would use is this color goes really good with this cover. So I'm going to cut some of that, and I'm going to hot glue it on there before we leave today. I'm going to put this right next to me. I'll just keep filling this up. Let's see. I guess I'll put some in the front cover here. And this is very padded because it has this on the front. So I can go deep into the material if I want to. I just want to get some needles in here and have a functional needle book. That it's soft. I just love the feel of it. It's very textural. Feels good in your hands. All right, so there's some more of those beautiful thin needles. I think I could probably, I'm going to go ahead and put some more of these little, I'm just calling them basting pins because that's what I use them for. I don't know if they have a specific name. That's what I use them for, so that's what I'm going to call them. I do need quite a few of these when I do one of those covers, so I'm going to put them up, a bunch of them in here, so I have plenty. So if you could leave me a comment and let me know what you think of this needle keep, that would be nice. Oh, I do want to go ahead and remind people that my subscriber giveaway ends tomorrow. So if you'd like to be included in the giveaway, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll be able to add you in to the list for the giveaway. And then I'm going to choose somebody over the weekend, and I'm going to do a video and make an announcement on Monday on who won. You get to choose between 2 gift bags. Yeah, gift bags. What am I talking about? You get to choose between 2 journals. Let me see. I'll get them out so I can show you. I'm going to have a craft avalanche in just about a minute. I have got to get organized. Here we go. In case you don't know, these are the 2 journals that I'm giving away. I've already done a video with the flip through of these. You can go and watch that. It just says 3rd subscriber giveaway. And you can go and see that. Oops, what's going on here? Okay. And then this one, this is smaller, that one's bigger. And I decorated the outside and the inside covered. The rest of it's a naked journal. And I'm giving you all the craft supplies you need to decorate it. So if you're interested and you want to, enter into the giveaway, please subscribe, and I'll add you in. All right. I'll probably mention it one more time tomorrow, just because tomorrow will be the last day. And if you do want to enter, you do have to subscribe. You don't have to have a YouTube account to subscribe to somebody's channel. You can just go to their channel and hit subscribe. And also in the right-hand corner of my videos, if you watch it on a laptop, there's a subscribe button right on the bottom of the page, or the bottom of the screen, I should say. So that looks great. I think I'll put a few more, and then I think I'm going to be done with this. And I feel like I accomplished something today. I'm so happy that I finally got to this. Let's finish what we started, It's like I'm always starting projects. It's like you got to finish these projects. You can't just keep starting them. I've been good about finishing my journals, but the sewing projects, they always seem to take a long time, and I don't dedicate as much time to them. But I love to sew. I've been sewing for years, since I was a kid. I even took sewing in high school. One of those home ec, when they used to have home ec, I took that. All right, I think a few more. This one needs to be tucked in. A few more of these basting pins, and I am good to go. Very happy with this book. I'm just calling it a needle keep because it's really more just for needles and pins. It's really not for much of anything else. All right, let's do a few more, and that is done. I think I have plenty to work on my next project. I got to make sure I bring my sewing bag with me when I go to my daughter's on Monday, so I can keep working on my projects. I'll show you the newest project I just started. See, I started another one and I haven't finished my other ones, but I don't know, I just felt like working on that particular one. I'm almost done. I think I have more than enough basting pins now. Settle down. All right. That's plenty. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to look at this book. This Needle Keep. Yeah, and that made like a little spine inside there, and I like the stitching. It matches good. And so you just open it up. Yeah, this one's getting caught a little bit. I'll just tuck in the edges of the pin, you know, the little point of the pin, because it will get caught. Okay, so, oh, this is great. I love it. I don't know what's happening here. It doesn't like, oh, it's fine. And I've got some long pins, I've got some medium pins, and I have small pins. I even have a giant pin there. I've got large needles, thin needles, smaller needles, and an embroidery needle. And I think I'm good. And I just put those in there for decoration. I think I'll put another one. I like that look. And I'm not going to use it on this little book anyway, so put one right here. I just like the way it looks. That looks so cute. I love it. Oh my God. I just lost a basting pin. They may end up turning out to be an annoyance. I don't know. Once I start working with the book, then I'll know whether or not I need to add or take out some things. But for now, I just want to make sure I have everything I need. I think I can put a few more in. Getting a little crazy with these basting pins, but I'm getting excited. And when I get excited, I just overboard. I go overboard. I don't know about other people if they do that, but that's how I am. Look at that. And I got that needle threader in there, tucked in there. I've got those big needles. And then I've got a bunch of pins. I just love this. I'm very happy with this. Now I got to find a button and figure out a little closure. I might just put some like this embroidery thread here and then just wrap it around. But let me know what you think of this. I really love it. It was a lot of fun to make. Oh, I have to sew this on. I'm not going to do that right now, but I do have to do that and the button, and then that book is going to be done. But I want to show you the next project that I'm going to be working on. And I'll show you the project that I just started. I hope it's in here. Yep. These are the two projects I'm going to be working on at my daughter's house. I got to take them out of the bag because it gives you a glare. Some of these bags are hard to open. I've got this one here. It just will be a perfect topper for a needle book. Very simple stitches, nothing fancy. A little bit of satin stitching there. And there's really not anything major. There's like outline stitches. These look like almost like little seed stitches. Maybe some French knots. Not much. And this came with a blue material, which I did not like at all. So I went ahead and I chose this because I think that will look much better on a needle book. Okay, so there's that one. But this is the one I started the other day. I'll take it out and show you. I still have threads because I was working. This one is beautiful too. Look at that. And I've learned how to make a new stitch. Let me get these basting pins out of the way. This is called I think it's called like a wagon wheel or something. Let's see what it's called. Oh, it's right here. what do they call it? This has a, this was a whole complete kit that came in a craft bag. This is called a woven wheel. So all you do with this is they've already got it marked out for you. So I just put 5 long stitches, and then you go around and you weave it. You go over one and under another, over one, under another, over one, under another, till you get all the way around. And I didn't like that it was kind of flopping around. I tacked down a few of the threads that were too loose. I tacked it down because I liked that look better. And I think it's pretty. This is going to be super easy. It's going to go very quickly. I just sat and did that, and that took me like 10 minutes. So this is I'll be working on these 2 projects and my sewing books at my daughter's house. I have to be in the mood to work on those sewing books. For some reason, all of a sudden I'm in the mood for embroidery. So, you know what? Do what you feel like doing. That's what I say. All right, these are going to go in my sewing box. All right, I'm going to put this away. Speaking of my sewing box, I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. Oh, I wanted to show you. I started making a pretty little bird. I think I'm going to make a whole bunch of these. These would look great on the cover of a needle book. I just cut one of those doilies. I have a lot of them. Cut it in half and used it for the wing. And I thought maybe I could put some gold French knots or something, and then just outline it in gold. Or I started outlining it in this color. I don't really like that. I think I'm going to do it in gold. But that was fun. I love doing that. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of those. So what I want to do with this is, oh, look, I found the end. I can't believe it. I'm going to snip some of that off. I'm going to put, you know what I think I'm going to do? This works way better. You just take a lighter and burn the end. And that way, this is not going to come unraveled. I probably went a little crazy there. Let's try to do it again without burning it. You don't need to. You just got to touch it with and it melts those little threads. All right, so I'm going to bring this over. Put away I'm going to bring it over. I want to show you what I'm doing. I need to figure out how long this needs to be. I think what I'm going to do is I could hot glue that right in there like that. And then I could just glue that right there. I don't want it to go any further than that. All right, so I'm going to go, let's see. I got my hot glue gun. Let's use it while I still have it and it's hot. I hope you can see what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right there. And just tuck that piece of yarn in. Now I've got to figure out how big do I want this. Let's take this tray out. See, I still have to clean it. That's something I'm going to do this afternoon before I go to my checkup. I know what I can do with this. I'm going to glue it right under this plastic. I wonder if this is going to hold. We'll find out, won't we? All right. Hold on, this is awkward. I was hoping that I could. I'm going to try that. I'm going to flip this over. Put a little hot glue right there. What's that little thing? I'm going to hold that there for a minute. Let that dry. I get some of that excess glue off of there. I don't need all that. That's all right, I'll get it off. I gotta clean this thing anyways. Yeah, okay, so I'll let that, I'm gonna have to lean this up against something. What do I have that I could lean it against? I think I'll just take, I'm going to take this thing right here, turn it this way, and I'm going to lean it up against that. I know this is weird, but there. Okay. See, that's good right there. All right, we'll do the same thing with this one. Take my little lighter here. Just touch it. And that burns the edge. I'm going to be tucking this inside anyways. Doesn't even matter. Put some glue right there in the corner. I'm going to get my little... Where's my little thing? I lost it already. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to tuck that in there. I don't want to touch that because it's hot. Just tack it in. Snip it. Gonna put a little glue underneath again. Where's my little thing? Keep losing it. I can put a little bit more glue under there, I think. You're not going to really see this because the little shelf thing. Oh, look, that works. That little, I don't know what you call it. This thing will go in like this, and you're not even going to see it. So, I'm going to go ahead and snip this off. I will add a little bit more glue under there. There we go. Got a little bit of glue inside, but that's all right. And now it holds it open. That's awesome. That's great. I just hope that the glue will hold. I kind of think it will. Hot glue is very good about... I had that extra glue. I might as well tuck it under there. Hot glue tends to hold very well. The only problem with hot glue is if you hot glue something on plastic and it gets cold, then it's not going to stay. It'll just pop right off again. Okay. Oh yeah, I definitely need to clean this thing out. But oh, I'm so happy with this. You know what? It's the simple things in life. I get a sewing box and I'm thrilled. So that will hold that so it doesn't flop open on me. And then this will just... This is a drawer. That's the word I was looking for. I'm always looking for words. I don't know about anybody. I notice other people do the same thing, because you know when people are, you know people are listening to you. All of a sudden you turn dumb, and you can't think of anything when you need to. All right, I think that's great. All right, and that'll just sit right in there. This will close like that. It has this cool little latch on it. Look at that. I love it. This is so cool. And it has a pin cushion there. I'm gonna recover that. I gotta wash this. This is in really good condition. It doesn't even look like it was used that much. So, I love it. That's my most favorite new find. All right, let me put this back where it belongs. I noticed that thing covered with dust. I really need to dust in here. You know, craft rooms get dusty because you get so much crap in it. Oh, there we go. Wouldn't be a video if I didn't knock something down. Okay, but that's what's happening when you're crafting. So I hope everybody enjoyed watching me finish my needle keep. I got something done. Yay for me. All right, so I want to show you again. I think it's beautiful. Now, it just got caught, and I think it's because of that pin. I'm just going to tuck the little ends of the pins in, because that seems like what happens is they get caught on things. But it's going to happen. It is what it is. I'm covered in hot glue. Sorry. Ugh. All right, so these are my skinny needles, some basting pins. We got more basting pins over here. More thin needles. These are basting needles. That one's an embroidery needle, but it's got a point. So a lot of the ones that you use for cross stitching is blunt like that one. And then I have some more basting pins. Whoops, let's see. I gotta tuck those in. Like I said, I'll do that later. I'm not gonna do that in front of you, even though I am. There. Yep, I got some more skinny needles. I love those. Those are my favorite needles. Okay, and then more. That's an embroidery needle. I've got some more basting pins. I got them all over the place because when I do baste, I need a lot of those. And then these are just some long pins. And here's some yellow pins. There's my needle threader. And these are some bigger needles. I don't need many of those. More basting pins and just some regular pins. And a few of these just to kind of decorate with. There's a few in there. And then there's another one. So I love my needle keep. I think it looks really good. And I really love the middle of it. That looks so much better than what I did. I made a mess of it. But I think it came out nice. I was able to fix it. So happy with that. All right. So I wanted to thank you for coming to my channel. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you think of that needle book. And I will see you in the next video. Happy crafting.